Hello everyone, Vincent Teo from HDTV Test here. I'm in Frankfurt attending Panasonic's 2019 convention, where the Japanese brand has unveiled its 2019 lineup of OLED televisions, and I'm going to go through the range. Now for 2019, the Japanese company is doubling the number of OLED models. So remember last year we had 2 model ranges, but this year there will be 4 OLED ranges from the company, and they are basically the GZ950, the GZ1000, the GZ1500, and also the top-end GZ2000 that we have actually seen at CES 2019 last month. I think, time just flies so quickly. Now, let's go through the specifications of all these OLED TVs. And if you're watching this channel, I think what you are going to be interested in is basically picture quality. And I can tell you for now that the picture quality is going to be the same between the step-down models from the GZ2000. So the GZ950, the GZ1000, and the GZ1500 will have the same OLED panel that is supplied by LG Display, the only vendor that can pump out commercially viable TV-sized OLED panels at this moment in time when I filmed this video in February 2019. But the top-end GZ2000 will have a professional edition custom panel from LG Display. So I asked many technical people at Panasonic about what this actually means. So after doing some digging, what this means is that they are going to receive the same panels but in an unfinished form from LG Display, but they're going to actually implement improved power supply and better heat management to dissipate the heat that is actually generated by these OLED panels, so that you can actually drive more current through the transistors, through the OLED panel. And this is obviously a time and resource consuming process, and therefore I expect the GZ2000 to command a hefty price premium versus the GZ950, the GZ1000 and the GZ1500. But the GZ2000 will have the best picture quality among Panasonic's 2019 OLED TV lineup. And if I were to spend money on an OLED TV from Panasonic's 2019 model ranges, I would be going for the GZ2000. That's not to say that the GZ950, the GZ1000 and the GZ1500 are slouches either. It's just that the GZ2000, because of this professional edition customized panel with better power supply and better heat management, it can produce a brighter image, up to 30% increase in APL or average picture level compared with the GZ950, the GZ1000 and also the GZ1500. So 30% increase in APL, basically a more relaxed ABL, which will give HDR content that sort of impact that you really crave for even from an OLED television. And also maybe a slight increase in peak brightness as well, without any decrease in lifespan or without any increase in risk of image retention or burn-in. Now, let's talk about the differences between the GZ950 and the GZ1000 and also the GZ1500 as well. So for the GZ950, this is going to be Panasonic's entry-level OLED TV for 2019. It will have a single column pedestal stand. And if you go the next step up to the GZ1000, what you will get is a stand with a curve or angle behind it to allow for the placement of a soundbar in front of it. But this design is strikingly similar to the Q90R that I've seen at Samsung's launch event last week, where they also deployed this sort of stand to allow for the placement of a soundbar to boost your audio experience as well. Next, we go up to the GZ1500, or I keep saying 1500, I'm not sure whether that's the right way to say it, but GZ1500. And the GZ1500 will have a front-firing speaker directly below the OLED panel itself. With the GZ950 and also the GZ1000, the speakers are invisible and therefore they are down-firing, creating probably less of a stereo effect. But with the GZ1500, you will get this front-firing speaker and therefore a fuller sound with stereoscopic effect. But the best sound quality is definitely derived from the GZ2000, where they will have the up-firing Atmos speakers and the front-firing soundbar will be tuned by Technics as well. So the best picture and sound quality will be owned by the GZ2000. And note that for the year 2019, Panasonic is still steadfastly refusing to offer a new 77-inch model. So as you can see from the shot here, they are still carrying over the GZ1000 as their sole 77-inch offering. And if you are so inclined to buy a 77-inch and you really want Panasonic, you have to go for the 77-inch GZ1000. Now, I want to quickly talk a bit about the HDMI 2.1 features. As I found out at CES, Panasonic is only implementing auto low latency mode, or ALLM, on these 4 model ranges among the HDMI 2.1 features, and this is due to a limitation of the MediaTek chipset that they are actually using. From the dynamic tone mapping point of view, last year's FZ800 and also the FZ950, they had the HDR optimizer function that had a component of dynamic tone mapping as well to simulate dynamic metadata from static metadata content. But that function actually had an inbuilt ambient sensor as well, so it's actually affected by the amount of ambient light you have in your room. However, for 2019, Panasonic has seen fit to separate those 2 controls, so you will get a separate picture control for dynamic tone mapping in the user menu. In terms of the Grayscale controls, they are the same as last year, so you get a 12-point control. But new for 2019, the company has partnered with Portrait Displays, who sell the Kalman software to implement an internal pattern generator as well, and will be interested in seeing how it functions. If you found this video useful, please click the like button and subscribe to the HDTV Test YouTube channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.